Welcome video for another back. I asked for your craziest FPL teams and fair play, you knocked it out of the park with this one. We've got some really creative and funny teams here, so let's go through them all. Before we get stuck in, if you haven't taken advantage yet, link in the description to lock in Scout's 40% preseason discount. And they've just launched their official app yesterday. Let's get into the teams. First up, we've got Scrabble FC from FPL Spaceman, who's picked a team that would tear it up on the Scrabble board. We've got Xerxes, Zoboslai, Nedeljkovic, Kirkes and Chiquinho. This would actually be a good challenge, a game of Scrabble where you get unlimited letters, but you can only put footballers on the board. Moving on, we've got Blue Shirts FC from Frenzy23. Low-key, not that bad of a team. We've got Vardiel, we've got double Everton defence, we've got Foden, Palmer, Haaland. It looks a bit surreal seeing such a blue team. I would have gone in Nkunku over Sterling, but this squad's well on its way. Is anyone mad enough to line up with one of these teams Game Week 1? FPL Fellas come in with Differential FC, every player 10% owned or lower. There's actually some inspiration in this squad if you are looking for a differential. Muniz going massively under the radar playing wing back, really attacking at the end of last season. Mykolenko surprisingly low end as well. De Bruyne's bound to start Game Week 1 and beyond. If you watched the video looking at FPL Champions team, we had Ben Crabtree's team in that and he had De Bruyne as well. Son has snuck just over 10% now after his brace in pre-season, but still really low owned. Muniz is one that could make it into my final Game Week 1 team. Not the end of the world starting against Man United, or if you can bench him Game Week 1, after that you get a run of Leicester, Ipswich, Brighton and Southampton, 3 promoted teams in 4 game weeks, 6 mil striker. Celebrities FC next from FPL Meerkat. He's managed to pick an entire team of players that have got the same surnames as celebrities. We've got Jenna Ortega, we've got Will Smith, Paul Walker, Cillian Murphy, Dwayne Johnson, Samuel L. Jackson, Elijah Wood. The other one that I'll throw in here is Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle. I know this one because I was trying to find photos of Fulham's Muniz the other day and he kept popping up. 5-letter surnames FC from AFC Carlos. This actually doesn't look that bad either. We've got Raya, White, Ruben, Byrne, Saka, Foden, Kudus, Salah, Eze, Isaac Wood. He's even managed to fill the bench up as well. We'll let João Pedro slide. Dylan or Chai FPL has made a second names first names FC team. So it's players whose last names are also first names. So we've got Lewis, Davies, Gordon, Anthony, Antonio, James, Henry. Dylan does love to go against the template and he reached number 2 in the world before, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is his final Game Week 1 team. I love this one from Who in the FPL, it's Sons FC. He's managed to pick an entire team with Son in their name, so we've got Edison, Robinson, Johnson, Robertson, Hutchinson, Madison, Anderson, Richarlison, Ferguson, Wilson, Allison, Harrison, Patterson, Edmondson, and then of course we've got Son himself. Day Jobs FC, this one cracked me up. We've got Pope. I'm not sure how much of a day job that one is, but it is a job I suppose. We've got Taylor, Clark, Smith, Cook, Baker and Archer. Z-Listers FC, an entire team of players with Z in their name. A lot of these really are Z-Lister FPL assets. We've got Gomez, Martinez, Alvarez, Tuan Zabi. Havertz and Munoz, just about the only ones that'd actually be comfortable taking into Game Week 1 here. ASOL FC's got an anti-FPL team. That reminds me, if you've not seen it, we did a video with the anti-FPL World Champion. It's a pretty niche portion of the FPL community, and their aim is to score the lowest points possible. It's not as simple as picking players that never play or injured players. You're actually given points if that happens, and you have to spend a minimum budget. So he's got the likes of Wolfenden and Captain, he's got double Ipswich defence, he's got Fast who's up against Spurs, and he's got a couple of players that probably get cameos off the bench, which is perfect in anti-FPL. So he's got Palmer, Salah and Haaland on his bench. Anti-FPL's a race to the bottom. Good luck to the anti-FPL community this season. We see you at the back of the leaderboard. Ali's come up with a Man City past and present FC. It's pretty amazing how many former City players are spread around the Prem now. Even Trippier was there in his youth career from 1999 to 2012. He never played a competitive match. We've got Zinchenko, Howard Bellis, Tozin, Sancho, Milner, Sterling, Delap, Jesus. The only one missing is the second keeper here. In a similar vein, a good one to do back to back with that is Liverpool past and present FC. We've got the likes of Nico Williams, Klein, Cody, Wilson, Milner again, Solanke, Ings and Lallana. I actually didn't know one he was on their books before. Apparently from 2015 to 2021, he didn't play a match for them either. He went on 7 loans before leaving. Probably the best team of all of them next. Not Solanke says 1 player per team, and he says this is my actual current team, so I'm not sure whether to be offended or proud that it's considered a novelty. He's got Fleck and Porro, Robinson, Eze, Salah, Hudson-Odoi, Watkins, Solanke and Isak, and on his bench Fabianski, Mykolenko and Nkunku and Barco. It actually does work. I'll just start Mikalenko over Robinson and it's a sound team. SFC next from Jared Phelan. Entire squad consisting of players whose names begin with S. So we've got Saka, Son, Solanke, Saliba, Cher, Shaw, Smith Rowe. Not a bad team at all. And then we've got MFC. This one's absolutely shocking in comparison. We'll let Salah slide since this season he's M. Salah on FPL. He's got the likes of Martinez, Mitchell, Mikalenko, Munoz, and Bumo, Mitoma and Muniz. So we had Blue Shirts FC at the start of the video. AFC Carlos has come up with Red Shirts FC. I'll put Blue Shirts FC next to it. Which one does better? Red Shirts FC's got Edison, Trent, Saliba, Robertson, Saka, Bruno, Gibbs, White, Salah, Solanke, Havertz and Wood. Clever one from Jared, who's formed Continuity FC. So the last letter of each player's name is the first letter of the next player and so on. So Onana to Areola, to Aarons, to Saliba, to Alexander-Arnold, to Dalot and so on. He's done it all the way through with all 15 players. I wonder what the best possible team is that follows the continuity. Not an easy challenge. Last few teams then. No FPLs founded Alphabet FC. Similar to the last one, each player through the entire team is each letter of the alphabet. So it goes Areola, Bentley, Cucurella, Dalot, Edmondson, Fass, Gabriel, Hudson-Odoi, etc. This next team comes with a pre-warning, it might tilt you. It's the meme team from FPL Guy. Unless this is your first season playing FPL, I guarantee you've all been burned by at least one player in this team. We've got Ward in goal, who famously was the only 4-mil keeper a couple of years ago after Schmeichel left Leicester, and he was pretty terrible. And then Iversen came in, who was also 4-mil, didn't do much either. We've got Digne, who's personally burned me before. We've got Hwang from last season, who hundreds of thousands picked up for Sheffield United home, only to get immediately injured long term. We've got Darwin up top, who's another one I've been burned by a couple of years back, and last season I swore against picking him, which worked out. One day he'll surely come good. We've got March on the bench, who famously scored against Leeds a couple of years ago, and the goal was recorded as a Harrison own goal, only to later be amended to a March goal, but the points were already finalised by them. I literally had him captain that double game week and the swing was so painful I can't even put into words. Justice for March. This one might be my favourite team because of the sheer number of memories in this team. And lastly it's Veterans FC, a bittersweet one to end on. There's some true FPL legends in here, many of them likely to play him for the last time this season. People forget how much of a beast Coleman was back in the day. This is going to be his 16th season in the Premier League. In the 2013-14 season, he racked up 180 points and he was 7 mil the following season, which nowadays buys you Trent. He actually might be one of the greatest purchases in Premier League history. Everton signed him for £60,000. Milner's the only player to have featured in every single Fantasy Premier League season, 38 years old now. His best season was 2009-10 where he scored 184 points. Honourable mention to Jimenez up top. This will be his 7th season for comparison. But I've got great memories from the year that Wolves came up. He got 181 points for 5.5 mil. And then he followed it up with 194 points the following season, but he wasn't the same player after the head injury. Long-time FPL managers will remember how incredible Eriksen was at Spurs. Points tally of 162, 178, 218, 199 and then 161 in succession. It's great to see Lallana back at Southampton this season where it all began. 178 points in the 2013-14 season, before later signing for Liverpool. Ashley Young's been playing in the Premier League since 2006-07, which is probably longer than some of you have been alive even. A couple of years at Inter Milan a few years ago. Fun fact though, Young's the only player to have been classified as all 3 positions outfield in FPL. At Aston Villa he was a forward, he's been a midfielder at Man United and some other teams, and now of course he's a defender. Screenshots here from All About FPL. Thanks for all the teams and thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed it. See you soon for the next one.